According to some studies, most people's #1 fear in life is public speaking. This means that standing in front of a room full of people, for some of us at least, is scarier even than death. But it doesn't need to be if you follow these simple tips. First, let's start with a few important points. Firstly, never read out your presentation. There is nothing more boring for an audience than listening to someone reading out notes. It makes for a monotonous intonation in your voice, and your audience will quickly realise that they could get the same information in half the time just by reading your script. And secondly, try not to move around too much or talk too fast, especially at the beginning of a presentation. Keep your head and hands still. It takes an audience a bit of time to get used to your voice, and if you're dancing around at the front of the room trying to be energetic, it can be very distracting. And the last point is this: nothing is more annoying for an audience than to be kept waiting, particularly at the end of a presentation when everyone is probably desperate for a coffee. So, try to make sure you start and finish on time. Be nice to them and they'll be nice to you. So, we've looked at the things you shouldn't do. Now let's look at the things you should do. In terms of planning your presentation, try to remember this simple rule: less is more. Fewer slides are better than a lot of slides. If you have 30 slides for a 30-minute talk, that's too many. Your audience will suffer from information overload, and they won't be able to pay attention to you as you speak. In fact, this is the classic mistake that presenters make. They spend so long preparing a set of fancy, colourful, animated slides that they forget to think about what they're actually going to say and how they're going to say it. Generally, 1 slide for every 2 minutes of your talk is plenty. Remember also that fewer words on a slide is better than more words. And as the saying goes, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Secondly, it's a good idea to think carefully about the first few lines of your presentation. These are often the most difficult because your stress levels are highest when you begin speaking. So if you can get through these lines, the rest usually follows quite smoothly.